the Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
¿Por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no?
Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place.
En México gobierna el pueblo.
And the drugs that are coming through are at record numbers. Record numbers.
Sí, pero no es falso. Es falso.
The gloves are off. Even before taking office, Donald Trump is shaking up U.S. foreign policy. He's picking fights on all fronts. Trump has called Canada America's 51st state. He wants to seize Greenland. And he's also after the Gulf of Mexico. Trump wants to call it the Gulf of America. That's what he said in a press conference earlier this week.
Be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name.
Of course, Mexico is not amused, and of course they've shot back. Leading the charge is Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum. She has put together her own twist to Trump's proposal, calling the U.S. Mexican America.
The United Nations recognizes the name Gulf of Mexico, but next, why don't we call it Mexican America? It sounds nice, doesn't it?
América Mexicana. Se oye bonito, ¿no?
President Sheinbaum is taking a dig at Donald Trump. He said Gulf of America is a beautiful name. She says Mexican America sounds nice. And she pulled out an entire map to make her point. A very old map. It dates back to 1607. That's 169 years before the United States existed as a country. So that's history lesson plus retort rolled into one.
And the Gulf of Mexico has had that name since 1607, and it's recognized internationally.
The Gulf of Mexico has been known by that name since 1607. It predates the United States by centuries. The name is internationally recognized. Donald Trump cannot simply rename it on a whim. That is the message the Mexican president was sending, and she has a good point. Trump may be able to change names on American maps, but those changes are not binding on others, not even on American states for that matter. They don't have to call it the Gulf of America. If Trump passes an order, they can always overrule it. The American states, they can overrule it. As for Mexico, it is pushing back, but it cannot boycott Trump. President Sheinbaum still wants to engage with him. She thinks that Mexico can share good ties with the U.S. even with Trump at the helm.
I think there will be a good relationship. I don't see why there would be a bad relationship. I think President Trump has his own way of communicating.
What made Sheinbaum say that? Perhaps she's taking cues from her predecessor and mentor, AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. He was Mexico's president during Trump's first term, and he faced similar challenges. In his first term, Trump targeted Mexico with import tariffs. He demanded action against immigrants. He wanted to stop the flow of illegal immigrants from Mexico. And Obrador was happy to comply. As president, he ordered a crackdown on illegal immigrants. Sheinbaum is offering a similar collaboration. She has already spelled out the agenda. Immigration containment is on top of the list, followed by security and drug trafficking. You see, leaders across the world are preparing for the Trump presidency in their own way. Some are trying to appease Donald Trump. Others are taking golf lessons just to curry favor with him. But Sheinbaum's approach is different. The Mexican president is confronting Trump on the non-negotiables while offering cooperation on common challenges. Will it work? It's hard to say. Trump remains a mercurial leader. For him, perception is everything, and right now his view of Mexico is far from favorable. He calls it a dangerous place.
They're essentially run by the cartels, and can't let that happen. Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place.
Donald Trump says Mexico is run by cartels, a claim which Mexico has strongly rejected. But Trump remains unmoved. As president, he has pledged to slap 25% tariffs on Mexican imports. His aides are mulling military options. This includes the possibility of a direct attack. They're calling it a soft invasion of Mexico. And here's what it means. Trump's advisors want a covert team of operatives. They could be deployed to Mexico. Their mission to assassinate the cartel leaders. One won't put it past the Americans. They're the masters of political assassinations and regime change, but they seldom do it so brazenly. As for Mexico, they're in for a bumpy 4 years, with the US as their neighbor and Donald Trump its president.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.